let's talk regrets. So first up on my I would not be buying this again list is the Tommee Tippee healthcare kit. Let me show you. Everything's like still in its packet. So the idea of this I thought was really cool. It's got like a little nose aspirator, is that what they're called? Thermometer, scissors, maybe like a little nail grooming thing. You can tell I have not used this. And little hairbrush, toothbrush. She don't have any teeth, but I've got the toothbrush in case she needs it. So for reference, she is 6 months today, and we have not used any of this. Partly because we have a different thermometer. We have a little thumble instead of this nail file. We haven't yet brushed her hair, but I also got a different brush free at some point with, I think from John Lewis, and she doesn't have any teeth, so we don't use this. We just haven't used this. I can't remember how much it cost, but fair to say, for us, not worth the money because we just haven't found a use for it yet. Second product I would not be buying again is this beautiful, genuinely beautiful, even though that sounded sarcastic, Parasol. This one was £30 from Mamas and Papas. I've used it, it just doesn't work. This one says it's 50 plus UPF, if I said that right. I won't open it because, again, bad luck. This one, it just moves too much. When you're on the move in a pram, I mean, I wouldn't be in the pram, she would be, but it kind of just bounces along and the shade just moves and moves and moves and moves. So you think you've put them in the shade, but then you look and as soon as you start moving, the shade just shifts so much because it's just oddly not very, I can't really show you, but it's just not very stable. Obviously, I'm just showing it around, throwing it around, but it's just not very stable. We got a different shade in the end that was, I think, like £6, so much more worth it. Even when you're not moving, because it's an umbrella, the shape of the umbrella means that part of them is probably going to be in the sun still, so just it wasn't useful and not worth the money. Okay, this was also not worthwhile. This was a baby, or is a baby Swaddle, a little Velcro one. Now I thought this was going to be so useful because it's got the little Velcro bits here, and it's got this big circle that you can Velcro itself to. So the idea of this is that their legs go in this little bottom bit, and then this half moon here has Velcro on it, and that attaches to this half moon here. So far so good. And then we've got this circle here that these two like is Velcro to, and then we would have baby face sticking out there. The problem is when you actually put a non-perfectly cylindrical baby, aka any baby, in this thing, the Velcro doesn't line up anymore. So you try and attach the Velcro to the very specific Velcro bits. Like this bit's quite a big bit, but the bit underneath, like it just doesn't match up, so you can't use it. So we tried to put her in it, Velcroed it in the right place, and it wouldn't stretch. Like it was either too big or too small. It just wouldn't work properly. So we bought 3 of these. We washed them all, obviously, because we were washing everything at that point, so we couldn't return them, and just wasted however much that cost. Clothing wastage is insane. So this box, hopefully you can see all of this. So this has all of her newborn stuff and 0 to 3, and that's it. Plus this wrap thing, which I actually love. It is way too much stuff. Some of it when I was packing it away, I was thinking, I can't even remember putting her in it. And I did make sure she was in every single thing. So I know she has worn them all, but she's only 6 months and I don't remember some of them. We just bought way too much stuff. I don't know what I was thinking, but we bought so much. And now that she's in her 3 to 6 month stuff, she has so much less. And we're using them all of the time. And we are actually getting the money's worth for it. I think we just went overboard when she was born because we didn't have a clue how much she would be wearing. And also the fact that she can't go anywhere. So other than throwing up, nothing really gets that dirty all of the time. And for a long time, she was just in a nappy and blankets, and that was it. So we bought way too much stuff. So my piece of advice would be just buy less. When you get to it, if you think, oh, actually, I need something more, there are shops open. There are things on Amazon that you can literally get delivered the next day, and they can live in a blanket. So you just don't need as much, but you know, if you're anything like me, regardless of all these bits, you're going to go buy loads of stuff because you want to, so. The other clothing thing we wouldn't buy again are these little mittens. I think these came with sets, but then we decided to buy another 3 pairs because we thought they would be useful. These are pristine. Again, we've washed them, so we can't return them, but look how tiny, ridiculous. She hated them. We put them on her and she ripped them off straight away. Wasn't useful for us, would not be buying again, especially because, if I can find this, all of the sleep suits that we buy, they all have bits where you can tuck it over their hands anyway, and that's what we've used. So despite the fact that we bought those, we also bought Mittens. She doesn't like the Mittens. We didn't use the Mittens. Absolutely pointless. Luckily not too expensive, so not that bad a waste of money, but the other thing I wasted my money on was bed sheets. The bed that we bought came with 2 bed sheets. For some reason, I was worried that she'd poo on them or something, and 2 wouldn't be enough because I thought she poos on one night, I'll change it that night, and then I need to wash everything. I didn't want to have to wash every single day or every single time she pooed. So I bought 2 more sheets. What I didn't really factor in is the fact that she was also in a sleeping bag, so she wouldn't really ever touch the bed sheets. She's 6 months today, so these are only useful for the bed that she's in for the first 6 months. So I definitely didn't need 4. So the 2 that come with the set were absolutely plenty. I did not need to buy an extra 2. I only have 2 for my adult bed, so I don't even know what I thought that she was going to be doing. That, I mean, granted, I don't poo in the middle of the night on my bed, but neither has she. So, you know, we didn't need it. I was just filming a different video and remembered that I actually had another product I regret buying, which are the milestone cards. I remember seeing my friend do like a little milestone rug thing, and I loved it and I thought it was really, really cute. And I think I may have got some milestone cards free with something, I can't remember. And then I bought 1 pack or 2 packs because obviously I'm gonna buy 2 packs because I'm an idiot. But I then tried to use them and for me, it just seemed a bit pointless because all these things are on my phone. So yeah, massively regret buying those because they're cute, and I think if I'd use them, they would be good, but because we have camera phones, we can take pictures on our phones and we can see the date, so we know she was 6 months at that picture and stuff like that. So yeah, they literally just live on that bookshelf and probably are going to go in storage soon because we don't use them. Another regret. So like today I laughed for the first time, and today I went swimming for the first time. Like they're really cute, but I don't know, if she laughs for the first time, I'm not going to be thinking about getting my cards out, so they just have, I think this is the only thing we did use, her first bath. Good times. The last thing I wish I hadn't bought is this, and this is probably a proper regret. It looks so garish on the camera, but I swear on the website it looked really, really lovely. I'm not too much of a fan of it in real life. I actually bought 2 of these, but a different print. For context, my usual job, I'm living in crop tops and sports gear all of the time, so I was trying to kind of mix the 2 worlds together, I guess. And at the time I was breastfeeding, and it was really inconsistent because we didn't know when she'd need a feed. I was leaking quite a lot as well. And I would use this in a situation where me and my partner would go to the gym. One of us would sit in the cafe with the baby, the other one would go and do just a really short, like half an hour or so workout, then come back, then we'd switch over with the baby. And if I needed to stop my workout and come and feed her, I could, or when I finished my workout and I need to feed her, then I could, because I was already ready in my nursing bra. Just don't think I ever use it in that capacity, thinking about it now. Because you can just wait the short amount of time it takes me to get out of my workout gear into my normal gear. This has never been useful. It was somewhere between, I think, 35 and 45 pounds, and at the time I bought it, I bought 2. I was umming and ahhing about the price. It annoyed me that it was so expensive because I feel like there's just no, I don't know, there's no reason for it to be this expensive. This is the most expensive sports bra I own, and it was not worth it. So I wore it the other day since. I was by myself in the gym and I just wanted to try and get my money's worth, but there's something about it, there's way too much material, there's just a lot going on. It doesn't feel comfortable, it doesn't like strap me in like I thought it would. I feel like I'm wearing like armour and I'm still moving on the inside, and it might just be that I'm wearing the wrong size, but either way. So for that one I really wish I hadn't wasted my money. So I feel like I'm doing pretty well in terms of not having too many big expensive things that I regret buying, just like a handful of little ones. I'm sure there will be so many in the future that I wish I hadn't bought, and there's some things that I'm happy with now but I wouldn't necessarily buy again, but it's not a regret, it's just that it didn't fit my lifestyle as well as I thought it would have done. Obviously all babies are different, so some of the things that I have regretted buying, you might not, you might actually love them, but let me know what your product regrets are and hopefully we can help someone else not buy something useless.